Hello, word nerds, and welcome to the dictionary. Here's your favorite podcast host. Here's your favorite dictionary podcast host, Spencer. That's me. All right, let's just get into the words. The first word is filter tip. 2 words. Noun from 1932. Is this for cigarettes? Let's read and find out. Aha. A cigar or cigarette tip designed to filter the smoke before it enters the smoker's mouth. Also, a cigar or cigarette provided with such tip. There's cigarettes. The orange brown part is the part that's filled with the tobacco, and then sometimes you'll see a white section at the end, and there's a filter in there. And I guess it's making the cigarettes or cigars a little healthier because you're not ingesting quite as much of that burned plant material, that smoke, tar, nicotine, whatever, all nasty crap is in there. But it's still really, really, really bad for you. So filter tip is the way to go if you want to have a less unhealthy cigarette or cigar. I have never smoked a cigar or cigarette. If I did, I would definitely be a filter tip. A filter tip cigarette. I'm just smoking my filter tip cigarette. If you have a bigger filter tip, is it going to filter out a lot more? Are you even going to be able to smoke at all if it's a very long filter tip? I know I've seen people hand roll their own cigarettes, and you can buy just the filter. So they put the filter in on one side and then the tobacco on the other side, and you better make sure you smoke it from the right end. Otherwise, it's not gonna work so well. Then you're lighting the filter tip. I've seen people accidentally do that. That's not a smart thing to do. You gotta pay attention to your filter tip. Filter tipped with a hyphen. That is an adjective. They invented these in 1932, I guess. People were like, they clearly knew that cigarettes were bad, even though for decades after that, they were like, nah, cigarettes are good. Doctors like, yeah, just smoke your cigarettes. They're super healthy. No. All right, what's the sound effect going to be today? Oh, there's some fun words today. We're going to go... because the next word is filth. Filth. Noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, foul or putrid matter. Especially loathsome dirt or refuse. This is not just regular dirt or refuse. No. This is dirt or refuse that you loathe. Oh, I just hate that dirt. This dirt's fine. This dirt I loathe. That is loathsome dirt. And it's filth. Filth. You know filth when you see filth, or experience filth, or hear filth, or smell filth. Let's see. Number 2A, moral corruption or defilement. This is very much in the eye of the beholder. What do you think is filth? I don't know if there's anything that I think is filth. I think that there are things that some people like and some people don't like. To me, it's just, I don't know, I guess I'm too logical in that way. I don't know, that's my fault. I'm too logical. 2B is something that tends to corrupt or defile. Oh, that the filth on TV is going to corrupt the youth, and we can't have the youth corrupted. No, this podcast is such filth because it's loathsome, foul, putrid, nasty. Let's see. This is from the word foul. That's it. The Old English filth from their word ful, which means foul. Isn't there's that great quote. I should put the link to a video in the show notes. They're in The Princess Bride. She's like, the queen of filth, the queen of putrescence. I don't know. She goes on for a long time, and it's a fantastic scene. Okay. Blah. Now we have the first form of the word filthy. Filthy, adjective from the 14th century. Number 1, covered with, containing, or characterized by filth. You characterize how are you? You're characterizing your things. You're sorting things into categories and by their similarities and differences and all the things over here. Those are the filthy things. I'm putting those in the filthy column. Number 2A, synonyms are underhand and vile. 2B, synonym is obscene, as in filthy language. Oh, I can't listen to that language. It's so filthy when you say words like yucky poo-poo. Filthy language. A synonym is the word dirty, of course. Filthily is an adverb, and filthiness is a noun. I think people need to chill out about the filthy stuff, all that filthiness. It's just stuff. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Am I entitled to it? Yes, on my own show, yes. Blah. The second form of filthy is an adverb from 1940. Ooh, this is interesting. Yes, it means in a filthy manner. So filthy is in a filthy manner. You can do something filthy in a filthy way. The examples are filthy dirty. Huh? Filthy dirty. That one's racking my brain. Filthy dirty. I don't know. That's just a funny combination of two words, though. Filthy dirty. Stop acting so filthy dirty. The other one is filthy rich. This one makes more sense to me. So rich. You are so rich that what you are. It's obscene. It's obscene how rich you are. Yes, maybe also you have been corrupted or have been defiled. Maybe corrupted one makes more sense there. You got to itch my eye. Yes, or you are corrupt if you are filthy rich. Oh, lots of meaning behind that phrase, filthy rich. I think it's only okay to be filthy rich if you are actively making yourself unfilthy rich. You're getting rid of your money. You're donating it. You're putting it to good use. How many times recently have we been hearing about how these richest people in the world, especially Musk, if they could feed the world, they could house the houseless, they could do all these things. But they're filthy. They're filthy. They want all that money and that greed. Okay, moving on. We now have filtrate, noun from circa 1846, fluid that has passed through a filter. It's the filtrate. Oh, interesting. Does that mean that filtrate is cleaner because the filter took out the bad stuff, the gross stuff? Depends on the situation, I guess. Now we have filtration, noun from 1605. Number 1, the process of filtering. 2, the process of passing through or as if through a filter. That phrase, we see that so often in the dictionary. The thing or as if the thing. I guess they have to put that in there because it's not always the thing. There's a lot of situations that are similar to the thing, but sometimes it's like, but what is like that thing other than the thing? I don't know. Okay, there's also the synonym diffusion. The process of passing through or as if through a filter, diffusion. Yes, with like, okay, light passing through clouds. It's diffusing the light. It's being filtered. It's going through filtration because the clouds are acting as that filter to cut out a lot of the light and soften it, make it less harsh. Okay, what's next? What are we gonna do next? What's gonna happen next? He's gonna go. Bleh. Now we have Fimbria, Fimbria, noun from 1752. Number 1, a bordering fringe, especially at the entrance of the fallopian tubes. Oh, interesting. A bordering fringe. It's like you got to go through the the beads to enter the door. To go through the thing, you got to push the beads apart. Is that what this is? But in the fallopian tubes, where the ovary, the ovary lets out the eggs. The egg is going down the fallopian tube. So which end of the fallopian tubes is this fimbria? I need to find a picture of this or something. Let's see. Fimbriae is the plural, but which end are they on? Fimbriae are finger-like projections on the ends of your fallopian tubes closest to your ovaries. There we go. Let's look at the picture. Okay. So yes, when you look at the picture of the whole womb uterus situation, uterus is the proper term there because there's more to it though. It's the uterus, and then there's the fallopian tubes, and then there's the ovaries at the end. But the fimbriae, when you see in the pictures, those are the things that are like holding on to the ovary. I don't know if they're literally holding on to it or what, and why? I wonder why they have to be in this particular shape, these finger-like projections. Very interesting. Let's put a link in the show notes for fimbriae so we can all get a little bit smarter and know some stuff about our bodies. Fimbria. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2 is, I just wish it said like the beads in a doorway. Number 2 is a pilus of a bacterium. Pilus or pilus? Probably pilus. Pilus. A pilus of a bacterium is the fimbria. Fimbrial is an adjective. And where does this word come from? It is a Latin word, and it means fringe. That's what it is. So when you're wearing a fancy cowboy jacket with some fringe, or your hair is in a fringe, you can say, I've got fimbria, and you can sound so fancy. And then somebody else is like, you've got the stuff at the end of the fallopian tube? And you're like, yep, that's what I got. Blah. Next, we have fimbriated. Fimbriated. Also just fimbriate or fimbriate. It says 8. Fimbriate. This is an adjective from the 15th century. Having the edge or extremity bordered by slender processes. And the synonym is fringed. So yes, your hair could be fimbriated, or your jacket could be fimbriated. It's just fringe. Anything with fringe is fimbriated. Fimbriation is a noun. My jacket, it's not fimbriated enough. I think it should go through the process of fimbriation, please. That's it for that. What's the sound? Now we have the word fin, F-I-N. First form noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, an external membranous process of an aquatic animal as a fish, used in propelling or guiding the body. And it says to see the fish illustration, which is coming up at some point. It's right here. Have we already mentioned this? It's going to be airing in February 21st, 2025, episode F105. Please and thank you. So it is a external membranous process. So a process seems like a thing that just comes off of another thing. Just my fingers maybe are processes. Let's see. Fin. Just keep swimming. Number 2, something resembling a fin, as 2A. The synonyms are hand and arm. Oh, these are my fins. My hands and my arms are my fins, literally. They resemble a fin. Do these resemble a fin? I don't know. I guess kind of. Some fish have tendrils coming off of their fins, so maybe. They help me to swim in. Number 2, B1. An appendage of a boat. And the example of the boat is a submarine. Yeah, submarines probably need fins to help them, like, stay steady in the water, I'm guessing. Sure. 2B2. An airfoil attached to an airplane for directional stability. The plain fins. Don't we say wings? I guess maybe the ones in the back are the fins. I'm trying to think of like how often do I hear people talk about plain fins? But yeah, they help with stability, just like the submarines. 2C, the synonym is the number 1B definition for the word flipper. Flipper, yeah, I guess we just sometimes call them flippers. Oh, look at them flippers. Oh, those flippers are some very cool external membranous processes. 2D, any of the projecting ribs on a radiator or an engine cylinder. They call them fins. I don't know why. Fin-like is an adjective. Finned with an ed is also an adjective. That fish is finned. But where does this word come from? I can't think of anything. So we're just going to look, and it says it's just from the Middle English word fin with 2 N's, and that's pretty much it. So I guess they just made it up for fish? Sure. The second form of fin is a verb from 1933, starting with transitive. There's just one of those. To equip with fins. The fish is got no fins, so maybe somebody can 3D print a fin for a fish. You got to equip the fish with a fin. Intransitive, number 1. To show the fins above the water. Oh, that fish is finning us, showing us its beautiful fins. Number 2, to move through water propelled by fins. Oh, interesting. Now, are we talking about the submarine is finning? Probably not. Maybe humans, when they put on some fake fins. Maybe those fins that you put on your feet. There's the flippers that you put on your feet, or sometimes it's all one thing. Oops, the microphone got bumped. Or it's one thing that you put both of your feet into, and so maybe you're finning as you use those flippers. I don't feel like we would say that the fish is finning as they propel themselves through water with their fins. They're just swimming. Ugh. The third form of fin is a noun from 1916. This is slang, and it's slang for what? A $5 bill. A fin. Why is that? Why is that, you're asking me? Because I'm going to tell you, it's from the Yiddish word finf, which means 5. Ooh, I think that's one of the symbols on a dreidel. If I remember correctly, if that lands, then you get to take five coins or 5 gelt out of the pile. Yeah, there's more at the word 5. So you just call it a fin. Oh, gimme. Oh no, I took off one of the stickers on the thing. It's the one that says, here, I gotta show it this way. It's the one that says no. N-O. This is for the section of letters that are N and O. Oh, there's another one that fell off. My book is really falling apart, people. I gotta tell you that. This thing it's gotten a lot of use. And I don't think that sticker's, nope, it's done. That sticker's done. It's not sticky anymore. I guess I gotta stop messing with the pages. Okay, so fin, yo, gimme fin, man. High fin, low fin. Can we get that going? I think we can make that happen. Yeah. The fourth form of fin. There's 4 of them. This one's an abbreviation for number 1, finance or financial, and number 2, finish, like the end, the finish. But also, fin isn't it the French word for the end? Done? Fin. We see that in fancy movies. I think we got all of the fin stuff, so now we're gonna go finagle. F-I-N-I. Nope. Scratch that. F-I-N-A-G-L-E. Verb from circa 1924, starting with transitive. Number 1, to obtain by indirect or involved means. As in, finagle a ride home. The means that you were able to get a ride home were very involved. You had to talk to this person, and then they were like, well, I don't want to give you a ride home, but that person over there might. I think they're getting ready to leave this party, so why don't you go ask them? So then I go over there and then say, oh, well, can you give me a ride home? I have drank a little too much and I shouldn't be driving. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea, except I am not leaving. And so you had to ask person after person after person. And you finagled, you finally. And then you're like, I'll give you $5. I'll give you a fin. I'll give you a fin for a ride home. And then they said, finally, okay, you finagled me. I feel like isn't there like some racism behind this word? Maybe the etymology will say. Number 2 is to obtain by trickery. The example is finagled his way into the concert. Oh, maybe he never bought a ticket and somehow he got in. He tricked him. He said, I am part of the media, so you got to let me in so I can take pictures and video of the concert. Now we have intransitive. To use devious or dishonest methods to achieve one's ends. That's the whole point of this word, is you're doing something that's kind of wrong, kind of not cool, or just full of effort. Finagler is a noun, and we gotta look at this etymology. Where does this word come from? Perhaps an alternative of finag, F-A-I-N-A-I-G-U-E, which means to renege, R-E-N-E-G-E, which I think is that you renege on a deal, you go back on it. Is that where this is from? I feel like I need to put a link in the show notes or see if I can do some research on because I feel like I heard that this is not a cool word to use. It has like racist history of some kind. So let's just do a little looking, and if I find something, I'll put it in the show notes. If I don't find anything, I won't put it in the show notes. Or I'll just say, I couldn't find anything. Blech. Now we have the word final. First form of final, adjective from the 14th century, 1a. Not to be altered or undone. As in the example, all sales are final. You can't return it. You can't exchange it. You bought that couch is a bad couch. All sales are final. Bye-bye. 1b. Of or relating to a concluding court action or proceeding, as in final decree. The judge has spoken. This is my final decree. I will not talk about this matter anymore. I am done. Get out of my court. Number 2, coming at the end. Also, being the last in a series, process, or progress, as in the final chapter. How many movies have we seen that say final and they are not the final one? Because the people want more. The companies want to make more money, so they make more chapters, more things in the franchise. It's the final countdown. Doo-ba-doo-boo, ba-doo-boo-boo. I should stop singing that song because it's not my song. Coming at the end, being the last in a series. Let's see. There's I'm trying to think of any specific movies that say final in them. I mean, of course, we have the final girl in horror movies. The final. I can't think of any. I feel like there's at least one in Nightmare on Elm Street. Is it the final nightmare? The final something? Oh boy, I can't do it. Let's see. Anything else about that? No, we're going to go on to number 3, which is of or relating to the ultimate purpose or result of a process, as in our final goal. Also, because I work with documents of different kinds, either video versions, script versions, things like that, and or PowerPoint decks, and we always have a hard time putting the word final on the end because you think it's final, but it's not final. You people in the media world know the struggle. You know what I'm talking about. You have a version that says final, and then you have another version that says final 2, And then final, final. No, really, this is final. It just goes on and on and on. So we really try not to label things as final until it's like literally the last thing that happens. How do you know? It's hard to know sometimes. Okay, synonym is the word last. Finally is an adverb. And this word comes from Latin finalis, which is from finis, which means boundary or end. It's just like the edge of a thing. It's the final boundary, the final edge. That's what it is. Okay, I think that's it for that one. Now we gotta go. The second form of final is a noun from 1609. Something that is final as a deciding match, game, heat, or trial. This is usually used in plural. Oh, we're going to the finals. We're going to the finals. It's not the semifinals, it's the finals. We beat all of the competitors. We're going to the finals, baby. Let's see. Now we got B. The last examination in a course, and this is also often used in plural. Your college, your class course, you got to take the finals, the final tests to see if you really learned all the stuff that they were trying to teach you. Did you do it? Did you learn just enough? Did you pass? Did you pass all your finals? Yeah. Last night we watched that movie Challengers, and there's some talk about going to the finals. It's not a huge part because there's other more important stuff. It's not all about going to the finals, but I feel like they talked about going to the finals in their tennis heats. All right, we have now gotten to the final word in this episode, which is the word finale. It'd be great if I just ended the podcast here. Just stop the podcast at finale. That'd be perfect. I think I might have said the same thing when I got to the word end, but I didn't, and I probably won't. Finale, F-I-N-A-L-E. F-I-N-A-L-E. Finale, noun from 1774. The close or termination of something, as a. The last section of an instrumental musical composition. This musical composition has been going on for 28 minutes, and everything up until then, all the first 27 minutes was just the song, and then the final minute was the finale, and it went all crazy, and we got so excited when we reached the finale. B, the closing part, scene, or number in a public performance. Why does it have to be a public performance? Can't it just be a performance? Does a performance, can it even be a performance if there's not people watching it? Things to think about. C, the last and often climactic event or item in a sequence. This is usually going to be some sort of story, a book, a TV show, a movie, and other things. The finale. The story has been progressing. The plot is going. It's getting more exciting. You get to the climax. That's when the finale happens. And then you're like, oh, that's how it ended. It was him all along. And then there's often an epilogue to be like, this is what happened afterwards for a little bit. Okay, finale. It's Italian from finale. It's the same etymology as we saw before. Okay, now. Hey, everybody, it's word of the episode time, everybody's favorite time. He's going to pick a word, and it's going to be great. Today we had filter tip, filth, filthy, filtrate, filtration, fimbria, fimbriated, fin, finagle, final, and finale. Let's see. I kind of just want to pick filthy. This song is filthy. It's filled with bad words. What are those words? He's not gonna say them. So I guess it's not a filthy song. No, it's not. He lied to us. Damn it! Okay, that's it for that. And now I should probably tell you about a couple more movies that we watched. Let's see, got to scroll up all the way over here. Well, after we watched The War of Rohirrim, Lord of the Rings movie, we decided to watch Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring again, because why not? We've seen it so many times. It's great. I think we watched the original version, not the extended version this time. And then we watched The Fire Inside, and this is about the 17-year-old black woman from Flint. I mean, let's just put it all out there. That's very important to the story. She is a boxer and she is trying to go to the Olympics, and I don't want to say everything because there's a bit more to it than just that. That's sort of what they make you think, but there's more. And you get to learn. It's a true person, a real person. And you get to learn about her at the end of the show, at the end of the movie, at the finale. You get to learn about her, and the things that she has done. And I highly recommend this movie. It's a very interesting story, great acting, information that maybe a lot of us are not aware of because I don't follow boxing and I didn't know who she was. And so I definitely think that you should watch The Fire Inside. And that's it. No more. We have reached the end. Thank you for checking out this show. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information still. Theme